Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Chloe Feng. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. 26 riders injured in a pileup during the Hong Kong Cyclothon. Chinese Coast Guard boats collide with Philippine supply vessels near a disputed shoal in the South China Sea. And English football legend Sir Bobby Charlton dies at the age of 86. Nearly 5,000 riders participated in the Hong Kong Cyclothon today. One of the highlights was the International Cycling Union Class 1.1 road race that made a comeback after 5 years. Dennis Low reports.
While most people were still asleep, thousands of people were already getting ready for the first race of the Hong Kong Cyclothon in Tsim Sha Tsui.
I feel good, yeah, no, I can't wait. When I knew this was happening, I obviously wanted to do it, and look, it's good. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people here. It'll be quite fast, it'll be good fun, and very excited, yeah, should be good.
Apart from testing their physical ability, this group of riders decided to have fun by dressing up. It feels happier to have fun with each other, this competitor said. Olympic medalist Sarah Lee also took part in the race, despite her recent retirement from professional cycling.
3, 2, 1.
As the clock struck 5:20 a.m., riders have set off for the 50 kilometers race. They passed through 3 tunnels and 3 bridges before making their way back to Tsim Sha Tsui. The 50 kilometers ride was a warm-up for the Dutch cyclist Peter Weening and his team, as they were one of the 14 world's top-tier professional cycling teams who were invited to the International Cycling Union, or UCI, Class 1.1 road race. The over 100 kilometers race was all about fatigue management, as cyclists have to complete 24 laps of 4.3 kilometers each between Hong Kong and Tsim Sha Tsui. Lucas Posselberger backed gold by crossing the finishing line first in 2 hours, 29 minutes and 24 seconds, followed by Kane Richards and Danik Stibar. Janice Lowe, HKIBC.
26 cyclists were injured during the cyclothon, with one of them in serious condition. Shortly after the men's open of the city's cycling challenge around the Greater Bay Area, Hong Kong, commenced at 10:30 a.m., some riders lost control and there was a pileup near Enpai Center in Tsim Sha Tsui East. Few of them sustained injuries on their limbs and faces, and one rider had to be hospitalized after he became unconscious at the scene. But the race only came to a temporary halt after almost 30 minutes due to another separate accident, delaying the women's race. Ling Hong Tak, chairman of the Cycling Association of Hong Kong, China, refuted claims that it was too late for them to issue the red flag to signal the temporary suspension of the race. He said pileup is part of any cycle race and does occur in the Tour de France and Giro d'Italia. Leung added that judges' instructions were made based on international guidelines. There have been mixed reactions to the sharp increase in stricter penalties for littering and illegal extension of storefronts, which came into effect today. Business owners in hygiene black spots were unhappy, but many residents in general welcomed the move. Janice Yu reports.
Stricter penalties for littering and illegal waste disposal came into effect today. Fines for offences such as spitting, display of posters of bills without permission, and littering have doubled from $1,500 to $3,000. While penalties for unauthorized extension of shop fronts onto pavements and illegal disposal of construction waste jumped 4 times from the current $1,500 to $6,000. Many shop owners are not happy with the new levies. For us working class people, if there's a little problem, it's going to cost us $6,000, said Ms. Lee, a shop owner in Sham Shui Po. We already work hard every day, and if we get penalized for little things, it does get stressful, she added. Another shop owner echoed her sentiment. Of course I'm heavily affected. We already don't have much business and now there's such a heavy penalty. Of course I don't support the amendment. How can I make a living like this? But many residents, on the other hand, have welcomed the new adjustment. I support the adjustment. It's good to impose some intimidation on litterbugs, said this woman. The general opinion was that it would improve the hygiene standards in the city. I do support it. The streets can be cleaner, said this woman. I also support raising the penalty for shop fronts, as it will be more convenient to walk on the pavement without any roadblocks, she added. Further public consultations will be conducted to enhance the implementation and efficiency of the new amendments. Janice Yu, HKIBC.
The Jockey Club today held a celebration race day to reward athletes who won medals in the Asian Games. A special ceremony was held at the Shatin Racecourse, which was attended by Chief Secretary Eric Chen to reward the medal winners. A total of $32.5 million was handed out as appreciation for their efforts. Individual gold medalists earned $1 million, while those who won gold in team events shared $2 million. Silver medalists earned $500,000, with team collecting $1 million. Winners of the bronze medal pocketed $250,000 for an individual effort, while the team winners shared $500,000. Resembling a stunt from a movie, a taxi was involved in a horrendous crash on Clear Water Bay Road this morning. Rear view camera footage from a car and dash cam footage from another taxi captured the moment from different angles. The vehicle, which was traveling at high speed, lost control and took the aerial route after hitting the curb and landing on top of the divider. It burst into flames on impact, with the driver and one passenger trapped inside, who were rescued by people passing by. Firefighters rushed to the scene and doused the flames. Surprisingly, the conscious passenger suffered minor scratches and was sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital for treatment, while the unconscious driver was rushed to Cheng Kun O Hospital. Overseas, at least 55 people have been killed in Israeli airstrikes in the Gaza Strip overnight. The Hamas-Israel conflict, which entered its 16th day, has claimed more than 6,000 lives so far. Israeli airstrikes struck several residential buildings in the southern city of Khan Yunis in the Gaza Strip near a United Nations school. Medics were seen rushing dozens of severely wounded people to the hospital. Another Israeli airstrike targeted a marketplace in the Nusayrat refugee camp, reducing it to rubble and killing at least a dozen people. The town of Jenin in the occupied West Bank also came in the line of fire, where Israeli airstrikes hit a mosque, saying it was used for terror activities. Bodies lay wrapped outside the Al-Aqsa hospital in central Gaza after an Israeli airstrike overnight killed at least 12 people from the same family. Meanwhile, international aid continues to trickle into the Gaza Strip after the Rafah border crossing with Egypt opened yesterday. Hospitals are running low on medical supplies and fuel after Israel cut off supplies. An Israeli ground offensive into Gaza is coming soon, after more than 1,400 people were killed by Palestinian fighters who entered southern Israel 2 weeks ago. Israel has since been retaliating with airstrikes, which have killed more than 4,500 Palestinians so far. Tensions have escalated in the South China Sea after two Philippine supply vessels collided with Chinese Coast Guard boats. The incident occurred near the second Thomas Shoal, which is contested by both countries. It was one of the latest flare-ups between the two Asian neighbors. Footage released by the Philippine Armed Forces said 2 of its vessels separately collided with Chinese Coast Guard boats as they were heading to deliver supplies to an outpost near the contested Second Thomas Shoal, which lies roughly 200 kilometers from the Philippine province of Palawan. Manila condemned the latest confrontation in the strongest degree and called it a dangerous, irresponsible, and illegal action that violated Philippine sovereignty while imperiling the safety of the Filipino crew. Beijing, in a separate statement, said that the 2 Philippine vessels trespassed into Chinese waters, despite repeated radio warnings, prompting its ships to stop them. Philippine vessels regularly deliver supplies to Filipino Marines and sailors stationed on the disputed shoal. Such confrontations have occurred in the past, but the current collision has further escalated tensions between Manila and Beijing. On to the weather now. Sunny with a few light rain patches tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 24 and 29 degrees, mainly fine for the rest of the week. And that is our main news for Sunday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Chloe Feng. Thank you for watching. Good night.